Hey, everybody. Welcome to a show that says it's the 42 show. You see it right there. The title said it's the 42 show, but I'm completely unprepared. Dunk's prepared, so we're going to call it the 2 show because only...
It's more like the 4 cup show.
Yeah. I spent all day in a tax office, and I barely got home in time to get the computer set up and ready to go live, and I don't have one thing sorted or ready. What are you going to do?
Just make it up.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
We're gonna go straight to Dick Dawson now for some updates about Trump.
So an orange asshole got in front of a whole whack of people and said stupid shit for half an hour, and then somehow gathered 10 million in donations. So I don't know what the world's coming to.
Oh, I don't know. That's probably quite accurate if you ask me.
Yeah, I'm sure that just happened. We should do the announcement. Pete the Medic there, his memorial is tomorrow. Now, this is in Kyiv, Maidan Square, 10:45 a.m. local time, Kyiv. So that's, for me, Pacific time, that's 12:45 a.m., right? 2:45 a.m. Central Time, 3:45 Eastern, and 8:45 a.m. in the morning for Londoners. I'm sure you can figure it out from there, depending on where you are. So there was a thought in my head, because tomorrow's Memorial Day. Maybe we should put our Ukraine show on Sunday, and then tomorrow evening we could just have a hangout.
Oh, you're just throwing the whole blooming schedule all out the window.
Sometimes that's what you got to do. Make a plan, execute the plan, watch the plan go off the rails, throw away the plan.
Brilliant. Just in time, we got the website finished, and now we've got all the schedules on there. And this goes and throws them all out the window.
Yeah. So, but it's just because that seems maybe better, right? But we'll figure it out in the background. We don't even know. No idea.
There'll be something, and you'll want to watch it. So that's all you need to know.
And a little help here to anybody who might have seen him around. Lauren, he's kind of like Gollum in our Discord, helping with contests and all that kind of stuff. We haven't seen him around. It just all of a sudden has vanished. Not since June 20th on Rick's channel or anywhere. So if anybody's seen Lauren, just, hey. We just, want to make sure everything's okay, right?
Yeah, give him a poke with a stick.
Yeah. Not a stick that's on fire, right? Just a stick.
A nice stick.
Yeah.
A small one.
Yeah. So let's see here. UK election, right?
Oh, yes.
So what's the reaction in the UK to all this right now?
Been there, bought the T-shirt. Yeah, well, the reaction is kind of, you can imagine it's kind of divided. Especially if you look through Facebook. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of Labour supporters in Facebook, so they're jumping up and down and cheering and going, at last, get rid of the cocksucking Tories. They hate the Tories.
Yeah,
the real strong Labour supporters, they hate the Tories. I don't mind. The only problem I had with the Tories is they're all fucking rich cunts. But besides that, is that
Cameron's party then?
Yeah. It was all a party of rich people. There's a few rich ones in the Labour Party too. But anyway, besides all that, the general consensus of opinion is, okay. It's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new life. I'm feeling good. Yeah, that sort of stuff. So I think people are kind of happy with it. Obviously, not the
losers.
Members.
Yeah.
Quite interesting though. There was some of the voting. It was only a handful of votes between the 2 lead parties in the elections. So. You have those kind of people saying, I just, I can't be bothered to vote, or I won't make a difference.
Yeah.
There seemed to be
too many of those.
There seemed to be quite a few incidents where we had numbers of 800 between parties, but even down to 40 votes between the 2 lead parties. Yeah, that's not a lot. That's not a lot in it.
Yeah.
So Yeah, remember that. Remember that if you're
Yeah.
complaining that the person you didn't get wanted in is not in and you didn't vote, so it's your fault.
That's right.
No.
You know, and then there's the whole thing of like, over here, we call it like ridings and everything, right? But PJ CNET put a thing in our back chat here that's interesting. I want to point this out. So, well, it's kind of weird the way all this stuff works. So 34% of people voted for Labor, but they got 63% of the seats. 14% voted Reform, and they got 1% of the seats, while less voted for Liberal Democrat with 12%, and they got 11% of the seats. So if you figure out the math, 66% of the people voted against the new government, but they got a majority?
Yeah, it is
Weird the way that, and we all accept this, but I kind of think that maybe a vote is a vote, and never mind all the, technicalities they've built into it over time.
I don't know. It might be a good thing. I mean, the simple fact of the matter is that, like, in the constituency I live in, it's usually a conservative stronghold, and the Labour Party don't really get much of a look in. So I did a bit of tactical voting. I voted Lib Dem, which is like the second placement in that constituency, and they won. So they won the seat. If I voted Labour, probably wouldn't have made a difference. But I voted Lib Dem. Mm-hmm. They won and got rid of the Tory, person out of that constituency.
Right.
So, but if I'd voted, if my vote was just like counting across the board, it'd be difficult to figure out how many seats you give out in percentage wise.
Well,
it's the whole seat system.
Yeah, all the seat thing I understand for representation of areas and stuff, but when it comes to the actual winner, the leader of the country, whatever, president, prime minister, blah blah, yada yada, it must be so frustrating to go through an election and you see that you lost, but the people actually gave you the most votes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure it's very, very frustrating when you see that, especially when you're the loser. When you're the winner, I don't think it matters. It's a bit like the college system in the United States. A lot of people don't like that. They want the exactly, one vote means a vote, but hey, it's politics. It's complicated. I mean, the simple fact of the matter is, if we look at it, the day, and I woke up, the day hasn't changed. The birds were still singing. It was still raining. So nothing's changed. Yeah. Thanks, Labour. Yeah, you're in for one day, and it's still the fucking same. Yeah. So we don't. Is it really going to change anything? I don't know.
Somebody in the chat there, Leslie Bowe says, Reform wants to make the NHS private. Oh, that would be awful.
It would be, and also at the same time wouldn't be, because there's a lot of chaff in the NHS that really is clogging up the system. A lot of money is just being wasted on, dare I say, inefficient and useless nurses for a start.
Yeah, but that's
just through personal experience.
But that's all areas of government. That's just how it works.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, absolutely. I was saying to my son the other day, it's just like, what you should do with the country, it's a bit like when you clear the shed out. What you do is you take everything out the shed, lay it all out in the garden, and then you put back the things in you want to keep. Yeah. And the rest of it gets thrown away. It's like if we could do that with the country, everybody just like moves off to another country, and we're just slowly building back bit by bit.
You could just flat out fire 30% of all government employees, and things would actually improve in efficiency. Right? It's just a fact.
Well, you can probably get rid of the really useless ones, because what normally happens is you get the end of just getting promoted to get them out of the way. But probably you wouldn't need to fire them; just give them a much more efficient jobs to do.
Firing squad.
Firing squad. Yeah, to shoot all the Tories.
We missed a big shout out here. Everybody watching out there and whatnot. It is none other than Shayna Caldwell's birthday today. So big shout out to Shayna. Birthday time. It's going to be.
I didn't forget it. I haven't got to it yet. Come
on. Oh yeah. No.
I was still mid breath talking about politics and stuff.
Yeah. No. Dunk even said pre-show. He said, "I'm not shouting that. I'm not doing that." I said, "Fuck that."
Bastard. What is it? Julie Webb says Dunk should be out as Prime Minister. Should be out Prime Minister. I'm out Prime Minister? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's just one of those things where, phones do stupid things.
That's what I would do if I was Prime Minister. No, you don't. You honestly, you do not want me as Prime Minister. I couldn't handle the hours. They have to get up early in the morning and everything.
He'd smoke inside at number 10.
Yeah.
He would.
Yeah, you just see the windows open at number 10 and there'd just be puffs of smoke coming out there.
Yeah.
I'll just be shouting because I'm on the 42 show or something. I haven't got time for run the country.
Empty boxes of wine piling up at the door.
No, it'd be boxes of champagne.
That's true. About? That's true.
Yeah. You're moving up in the world.
We got some shout outs we can do here.
Oh, you better do that then.
Yeah. So, oh my God, there's no way I can read that today. I didn't size the text up big enough. Hold on.
Oh dear.
Yeah, you try. Hold on. I'm going to do the direct ones in first here. Jonesy sent in 15 for the Boom Boom Fund. In it goes. Thank you, Jonesy. Thank you. And Demetrius Ziganovas sent in any comments on the press. What's his name? Orban, the clown, and Putler, the bitch had today. The press conference. I probably would have been bringing it up, but didn't have time to look into anything pre-show. You know what? As we're going here, I'll dig that up and we'll see, what was, I'll bring it up. But thanks, Demetrius. And there was also S. Wolf threw in 20 direct on that coffee site. Stay shilly for Pete's sake. Peace and love is always the way. Very good words. Very good words. Yeah, with the wake tomorrow, or the memorial. I'm never good with those kind of words and stuff. I think it's a good idea to put the Saturday show on Sunday and the Sunday show on Saturday. Did I get that right? Yeah.
No, we won't change the days we do the shows. What we'll do is we'll get the world to have Sunday on Saturday and Saturday on Sunday.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, we'll just swap the actual days over. So so it doesn't look at my website.
Dunk's going to command this from his volcano.
Yeah, make me Prime Minister and you'll never know what day it is.
That's right. I'm going golfing today. Sir, you golf on Tuesday. Then today is Tuesday.
Who's king?
Yeah. So, taste the Lucauna. I've said that better. I'm sorry. It's a long day for me. Eternal glory, Pete Foosh. Rest in peace. Very much so. Papa Dutch with a super chat in. The best plans go out the window. The instant battle is joined. Ain't that always the way, right? My whole day was battle. I was at a tax office, so of course it was like war. And Petra Olsen is in as well. Swedish kroner there, 129 of them. With love to Ukraine. In the pot it goes, Petra. Thank you.
You shouldn't shorten tax office. He was actually a taxidermist getting his stuffing checked.
Yeah, I've tried to have the family cat stuff for months, and the guy's a jerk. No, I was at a tax office. My son and I are owed some money, and I'm really trying to get it. Oh, Blonde Bombsheller put the direct donation through, that $20 one. Okay.
Ooh. Oh, thank you very much.
Yes, very much. Here we go. I'm just bringing something up here.
Coombs Group in the chat says, don't mind my humor, it's just dark and twisted. I missed what you said earlier, so you're in the right place.
Yeah. Okay, I got an article on that thing with Putler and balloon knot sucker, what's his name, Orban.
Do you want to bludgeon your way through it?
Yeah, no, not yet. I would need to at least like glance over it first. I'm quite out of sorts here. I've only just like it was the goddamn cab home. The guy didn't even have his AC working. I was just, overheated, over annoyed. I'm only just settling in. I do need a beer, so just give me a second here.
So the guy had no AC. It was just DC, was he? He's got to get the best cooling device man has invented. A nice chilled glass of beer. Who needs AC, eh? Throw that out the window.
Okay. All right.
Just say you got the best air conditioning unit known to man, which is a cool glass of beer.
Yeah. No, there is an air conditioning, like one of those louder window ones running only like 10 feet from me. But that's one of the really cool things about these Apple Silicon Macs. Their voice isolation is really good. I'm shocked you can't hear it. I fucking can't. I hate them. They're so loud. They're so annoying.
Yeah, well, you and your bloody ears and your tinnitus, it must be, drives you mad.
Oh, yeah. Got to put cotton in my ears to cool down with the air conditioner.
There's nothing like having a constant humming in your ear,
and having a constant humming in the room.
It's but it's like sometimes you can just hear the house. Just a hum coming from somewhere, and you're wandering around just trying. Where's that coming from? And every time you move, from room to room, it sounds like the sounds move from somewhere else to somewhere else, and you can never locate it. And all it is just basically like your copper pipes in your central heating system, and it's kind of like getting a hum off the 60 hertz
humming.
Stop it! Either that, you got spiders walking around the house with big boots on, marching up and down at the correct frame, at the correct frequency.
Yeah. Mice climbing up the wall to try to turn the heater on.
Leave the thermostat.
My neighbor, she didn't have an air conditioner. So I had a couple extras. I had like 4 or 5 of those damn window things. Somebody moved out and gave me a couple. So I gave her one.
I was going to say, what are you? It's like a window air conditioning salesman.
Yeah. I only used 2. I've been giving them away. So I gave her one. And she didn't have time to put it in the window. It was in the evening. And she had a couple of the kids having a sleepover. So she just put it on the floor and turned it on anyway. And the back of an air conditioner gives off heat. And she thought her baseboard heater was on, even though she had it off. So she got me to come over and check. And I was like, yeah, your baseboard heater is warm. I didn't realize the sound I was hearing was the air conditioner running. I thought she had a fan going, right? So I went and hit the breakers. And then she said, oh, no, it's still warm. So when I came back in, I was like, wait, you're running this?
You have a magnificent heat exchanger sitting in the middle of your room, making one half of it cold and the other half of it hot.
Yeah. You're paying to do nothing right now.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, it was funny.
Here's a book about the second law of thermodynamics.
Yeah. It was funny when I explained how air conditioning works. She was like, oh.
Well, it's basically a fridge, isn't it? It's like basically that's exactly how a fridge works, except you've got the entire unit in your kitchen, so you end up with a cold bit and a very, very, very warm bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh well, what are you gonna do, right? Here, let me see. This is that thing with Orban, right? War in Ukraine will not miraculously end, Hungary's prime minister has said as he defended his talks with Vladimir Putin. Sorry. You can see, I'm just without preparation. It's just as different, right? So, Orban angered European Union leaders after holding talks with Putin in Moscow over a potential peace deal in the war launched more than 2 years ago, the invasion. Orban described the trip as a peace mission. Days before a NATO summit addressing military aid for Ukraine, he acknowledged he did not consult the EU beforehand. He said, peace can't be made from a comfortable armchair in Brussels. We cannot sit back and wait for the war to miraculously end. Putin said the talks had been useful and accused Ukraine of not wanting to end the war. What? Ukraine is more than happy to end the war today. Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so he said last month Russia would end the conflict if Ukraine agrees to stop aspirations to join NATO and hand over the entirety of 4 provinces claimed by Moscow. Well, it's not going to happen. Ukraine sees its 10-point peace plan, which includes Russian troops withdrawing and, as the way to end the conflict. And they're right, the visit to Moscow has unfortunately justified skepticism within the bloc about Hungary's presidency, an EU diplomat said on the condition of anonymity, adding that it's all about promoting Budapest's interests.
Did you hear the story about Zelensky calling out Trump?
What did he say?
Well, he basically called out Trump because Trump has been saying,
I'll settle the war in one day.
Yeah. Basically, Zelensky has called him out on that, basically saying, "Well, what is your plan? Because we need to know."
Damn right.
And is your plan just removing all support for Ukraine and letting Russia do whatever the hell they want? Was that your plan to for peace? Because that's wouldn't be in Ukraine's books, and apparently. This is exactly what he did with Afghanistan. He promised to end the war in Afghanistan and just basically handed it over to the bad guys.
Right. He ends the war by not participating. Right.
Yeah.
No, he's scum. He's scum of the earth. God damn it. I mean, seriously, if Trump wins, he's going to take America into the Legion of Doom type thinking. This whole, red bloc. Not that red, but,
Yeah, he might create the first American empire.
Yeah.
This is how democracy ends.
Yeah, with thunderous applause. Exactly. But yeah, I hope everybody in America who doesn't usually vote gets up and votes not Trump. Just, don't wreck your ballot and put not Trump or anything stupid. Just,
Unless there is a party or a politician called Mr. Not Trump.
Yeah.
That would be okay.
That would be hilarious. I'm running for president. My legal name is not Trump. Yeah. There was a poll done recently, and without a doubt, guess who came out on top as an easy victory over Donald Trump in the election?
Who's that?
Michelle Obama.
Yeah, but she has absolutely no inclination.
I know. But at this point, Americans were just like, yeah, I'd vote for her. I agree. She'd be way better than Trump.
I'd vote for Jon Stewart. If it came to it, it'd be great.
Conan O'Brien. We need a ginger on the chair.
No. I'm being serious. Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart would make a great president.
I don't really watch him, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he watches you.
Yeah.
He's a big fan.
Yeah.
Where do you think he gets all his gags from?
Yeah, he called the other day, asked if he could borrow the goat. I was like, dude, I can't let you do that,
Yeah, not for the reasons you want it for. You dirty prick. Papa Dutch for $5 says Trump has no idea what a real person is. He lives in a literal golden tower. Yeah, he has no clue. He's never mixed with a normal person ever. He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth.
Yeah.
He's been protected his entire life as a rich bastard.
And a bankrupt fuck every 10 years.
Well, he'd been richer if he had invested all of his father's money, but you know, he should have just lived off it. He'd have been, happy man.
Yeah, yeah.
And he could have screwed as many porn stars as he wanted.
I wonder if he has a golden shower in his golden tower.
Has to pay extra for that.
It's probably part of the skin color, right? It's just, urine-faced bastard. I don't think I've ever called somebody urine-faced before.
Well, now's the time to start doing it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. So, cat piss. Yeah, he's a felcher. Isn't that what it was in South Park when they would,
No, felching means something else.
Oh, is it? What was it called when they were getting high on cat cum or whatever? And, when cats spray? What was that called? I don't know. Fuck. Oh, it was funny though.
And we talk about Trump not living in a reality. What the fuck are you on about?
I'm not sure. It was a long day.
You just have all these drug-induced, beer-induced dreams, and they just claim it was a South Park episode.
Yeah. My life is like that movie Heavy Metal, except I'm just sitting on the couch.
Do you think Trey Parker is like, just sneaks into your bedroom and just listens to you, mumbling away in your sleep, going, right, that's next week's script sorted out.
Yeah. Oh, Harry got it in the chat there, Harry Roper. It's cheesing. Yeah. Mm. Harry Roper, like the guy that ran the apartment building in Three's Company? Is that you, dude? Remember the Ropers? No?
I think we had different ropers in the UK doing something else.
Yeah.
PJ might be able to remember. We had ropers in a sitcom over here. I can't place it.
Oh, he's a lawyer in the UK. Oh, well, I hope you're happy with the election results.
And don't care if you're not, because that's what you're stuck with.
Yeah, well, I might care. Come on now. I mean, I don't, but, No, but, I hope the whole majority thing doesn't go south, though, because sometimes people get drunk with power, right?
Potentially, but also it does give them the opportunity to wield some power for good, if they chose to.
Yeah,
if they chose
right?
to.
Like,
it's like they could end homelessness in the UK instantly if they wanted to. In the first
raise
week.
Speed limits, nothing wrong with that.
Raise them, yeah. Please.
Yeah,
not lower them. No, they'll lower them. No, they're more likely to lower them.
Which is stupid. The speed limits, like the whole 55 mile an hour in the United States, they finally got over that. That was set long ago when cars were crappy. We have cars that can stop on a dime these days and whatnot. I mean, just let us do 80 mile an hour. It's no big deal.
Just to come in here, just Jimmy has called it out. It was George and Mildred. They were called the Ropers. George and Mildred Roper. You won't know them at all. You won't have seen that.
No, I was trying to remember. Yeah, trying to remember our one, but I can't remember. Yeah, Don Knott says Mr. Furley, Duncan Stewart. Yeah, man, he was really funny. Had his eyes bulging out of his skull all the time.
Yeah, talking about speed limits, we have this thing over here where it's creeping in more and more in urban zones. You have a 20 mile an hour speed limit.
Mm-hmm.
Try driving a car at 20 mile an hour.
Yeah.
It's next to impossible. The car doesn't want to do it. It's like,
no, it would have to be built by John Deere and have that like GPS thing going on, right?
It's like having a horse that can trot, but it's trotting too fast.
Yeah.
So make it trot, but slower. It doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't People are stupid when they're in government. You know, if you're going to have a little zone in town where the speed limits are like, 15 miles an hour or whatever, why don't you just build a parking lot and have it be like an open mall for people, right? Just, let...
Well, we do have a place that's a parking lot with a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit. It's called the M25 motorway.
Yeah. Man, you see some of those shots of like in LA and people are stuck in rush hour traffic for an hour and a half and they're barely moving and whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean,
five lanes either side.
Yeah. But that must be a nightmare.
And it's always got that shimmering heat haze in the shot as well. Just like the heat coming off those cars.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand why it doesn't just turn into a tailgate party, That's what I'd do.
Well, what they should do is have everyone switch their engines off, just put the car on neutral, and just have the person in the front, in the very, very front, just tow everyone along, just very, very slowly. It'll save lots of fuel.
That's true. Watching like Top Gear and a few shows like that, when they'll be out in some, faraway place in the center of Africa or something, they'll be driving through town and people just come right up to the car. Hey, do you want to buy this and blah, blah, and whatnot? Why doesn't that happen? Oh, yeah. Why doesn't that happen in LA? Because you'll get shot. I was thinking to myself, but with all those traffic jams, why aren't people trying to sell stuff? Well,
they are. You have car-to-car gun salesmen.
Yeah.
You need any ammo? Yeah. You've been sitting in traffic for ages. You look like you could do with a gun.
Guy opens his jacket, crystal meth, firearms,
air conditioner.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we because this really isn't a normal 42 show, we were thinking maybe what we'll do is kill the after show event and just let this one run longer, right?
Just let it ride out.
Yeah. Ride, like a bad smell. Ride, let it ride.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, like when you got really, really bad diarrhea and it just won't stop. Well, a bit like that.
The runs.
Yeah, we could call this show the Friday Night Runs.
Yeah, Kraut loving BTO. I recently scored one of their records one of their albums vinyl. Yeah, it's awesome. Great condition too.
BTO, isn't that like a Korean K-pop band?
I've killed for less. I just I can just see Randy Bachman singing K-pop. Yeah, Cypher.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah. I love the stutter idea in that song. I've always thought to myself, though, it's too bad they didn't record a straight version of the song as well, Cypher came in with a $20 super chat there. Let it ride. Oh, yeah. Yeah, great stuff. I don't know what's going on today. This beer is really making me burp. It's like Seinfeld. These pretzels are making me thirsty. I think I've watched like 7 episodes of Seinfeld in my life, and I've seen that one twice. How is that even possible?
I don't think I've seen any of them. I've seen plenty clips.
Yeah. I was never a huge fan of the show. But
was it too Jewish?
No, I mean, I actually find it funny when I watch it. But when it was on originally, I just wasn't sitting around watching sitcoms, right? Wasn't what I was doing.
I can't remember when it was even on. How old it is? It's quite old, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, Jerry's quite old now, so
Yeah, it must be.
He seems to be catching up to Jay Leno.
Must be like 30, 40 years old, surely.
Oh yeah, I think it was from the 90s, right?
Wow.
Like 92, 94 or something like that.
Well, it was very popular. That's all I can say about it. Well done. Congratulations. Good job there. Well done, old bean.
Thanks again, Cypher, for that one. I love it when people know good tunes. I'm just checking other
I
stuff.
just like it when people know stuff. It helps, you know.
Well, when people know things,
fills in
I
the
don't have
gaps
to.
for us.
Yeah. So here, what was this picture? Your first deal? Because like, what is this dude doing?
Oh,
I know you're not ready, but I wanted to show the picture first because I was like, what is going on there?
yeah. Well, this is basically
Was he just like birthed by a whale or something?
It's a humpback whale that has got entangled up in nets and stuff.
Oh,
and so a group of like paddleboarders went out to help rescue it, and
wow.
they've basically been told off. Naughty, naughty! Don't do that.
What?
Well, I mean, it's an interesting story because you see an awful lot of it on social media these days. Where people just like, the poor animal has been caught up in lines or whatever, and they cut them free and let them loose. But they've been told off, and they were saying that they could face fines exceeding $30,000 for their actions.
What?
Even though they're good intentions, because there was actually a marine animal release team on its way, a professional team. And they're basically saying that, these people who just like go out and help animals, I mean, it's a humpback whale. They're big.
Right.
And, and they were just saying, it wouldn't take much for that animal just to snuff you out and kill you. It's got to be done the right way. And, so,
okay, but did anybody tell these guys that rescuers were coming? Like, what happens if you see somebody drowning in the lake? Do you go, well, I can't go in there. I'm not a lifeguard. I mean, it's just a little counterintuitive to human nature to go, look, they're suffering. Well, I'm not allowed to do that.
Exactly. No, I can see what the authorities are saying. Yeah, they're perfectly right in what they're saying, but. Finding people for doing that sort of stuff, I don't think you should do that. You should just say no, don't do it.
Yeah,
what they should do
use it as an education time. Yes.
Yeah, put billboards on the side of whales that will explain this to people. If I'm caught up in nets, please don't try to rescue me. Thank you very much for your intentions, but there is help on the way. And just have like a big red button on the side of it, or a telephone, fixed to the side of the whale, so you can call the authorities.
Yeah.
So you don't get in danger. You might get fined for using the telephone, for goodness sake, but that's a small price to pay.
Yeah.
So this is how we've got to do the future. The future's just got to be done better.
That's ridiculous. I mean, like, okay, yeah. No, and in all seriousness, though, like, don't find them. Use it as an educational moment, right? But you can say, they're very dangerous, blah, blah, But, like, look at that dude there in the picture. That looks like somebody that's very comfortable in water sports, probably quite athletic and whatnot. So would the other people have been? It's not like three stoners tried to help a whale, right? I don't understand getting them in trouble for doing essentially the right thing,
Yeah, it does kind of like you said earlier. It's kind of like question human morality and stuff like that. Where are the lines drawn in this?
That's right.
What shouldn't you do? It's like the heroes you hear. People in shops and taking down. People are trying to steal from the stores and stuff like that. Or, for instance, a guy who's found in a trash can with a knife. Just bringing up a random story to thought. But, it's where do you draw the line? Yeah, where do you draw the line in helping people? I mean, yes, your incident should have been dealt with by the official, the police.
But it would have taken forever, so I just did it,
Exactly. Well, that's where a lot of it comes down to, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is this we kind of like, we kind of like fend for ourselves in these sort of situations because we kind of like have to. Because we just know help is not going to be on its way.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't go all, and shoot it or something, leave them be, man.
Well, that would have been the sensible thing to do. At least stun it a bit before you take the nets off.
Yeah. Imagine if that was like, in Spain and somebody had to pee in the water while rescuing the whale.
The whale would complain.
Don't do that near my blowhole, ass butt.
I'm going to sue.
Yeah.
Mind you, having said that, probably while they were cutting the nets off, they probably were shitting themselves a little bit anyway.
Yeah, man. That thing could just literally separate your head like a bowling ball with a one swipe of the tail, right? I'd have been nervous as all hell, and I still would have had the instinct to go, wow, that animal needs help. Speaking of which, do you ever... Weird story. It popped up in my YouTube feed. 6 years ago, this guy went and bought quail eggs, but he put them in incubators, like grocery store quail eggs. He put them in incubators, and one hatched, and it lived with him for like 2 years. Yeah, that's a weird thing to do.
Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah,
like,
that's
the very, very small turkey dinners.
Yeah, that's like, going and buying a steak and sitting at home waiting for it to become a cow.
Now, I'm not a biologist, but I don't think that's quite the same.
If it works one time, maybe it works another. Imagine that, for like $12 I can get a T-bone, and inside of like 9 months I'm getting free milk, man. I can't wait.
As long as it's not a bull.
Yeah.
You could be sucking on fresh testicles.
Oh man.
Anyways, 2024. We shouldn't assign sexual, pronouns to these creatures.
That's true.
It's not fair.
Yeah. What if there's a cow out there that wants an udder?
Identifies as a bull.
Yeah. That's not my udder. It's my pecker.
Milk me. We can't. But I want you to identify as a cow.
Yeah.
Milk me for all I'm worth.
Yeah.
There's only one place we can milk you from. Milk me from there.
I want to make chocolate milk so children can be happy.
Mark this one for the slaughterhouse, will you? He's going to be trouble.
Yeah. Conk on the head for you, then. Okay, I'm going to get Cantastic. 1 second here.
Cantastic. That's a new one. Never heard that one before. Oh, dear. So, anybody out there disappointed with the elections? Did anybody, want t'other side to win?
What was that?
No, you weren't here. I was just filling in while you were gone.
Oh, I forgot to turn the speakers on. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, talking to the people in the chat,
Yes. Yeah. There we go. I think as it pertains to speed limits, the world needs to be more like the Isle of Man. Once you get out of town, just drive as fast as you think you can. Just try to be safe.
Now, interestingly enough, the government, so it's kind of complicated now because like, which one?
Yeah.
The government were introducing a new law to come in that was going to put speed limiters into new cars. So if you're on a 30-mile-an-hour limit, your car can't go any faster than 30 miles an hour.
I would just hand my license back and take the fucking bus.
You buy a horse or a bull or a cow.
I'd ride a cow like a bull.
PJ's corrected me. It's the EU. It's the European Union.
Oh,
not the European Cup.
Right. Right.
I think it's still going on. Is the European Cup still going on? I don't know. Who cares?
I don't know. Is that football? Yeah. Okay.
Soccer.
Yeah.
Don't say football. You'll confuse people. Soccer.
Yeah.
People
I don't.
People in the UK will go, yeah, it's called football. It's called football. No. We got to say soccer. Otherwise, half the audience won't understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't understand that. How did that happen?
I don't know.
It's stupid.
It's because they invented their own game that they decided to call football as well, which we call rugby.
Oh, they're very different games, though. I don't really understand. In American football, the feet are almost never used.
Well, they use them to run around with.
Yeah. Run on your feet with a ball. But yeah.
And carry it, cradle it like a newborn baby. And then throw it 50 yards.
Yeah.
Like a newborn baby. It's not my child.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. It's Shayna. That's BS. Not cool. That's the whole speed limiter thing for sure. She's got like a Hemi in her car. It's like, yeah, she must have a lead foot for sure. Lead foot. Do we say that because we used to have leaded gasoline, or is it because you'd put a block of lead on the pedal and just hold it to the floor? Wonder where that comes from.
Yeah, lead foot. We are just a heavy foot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Either that, you're a deep sea diver. Wearing very inappropriate work shoes to drive a car.
Yeah. Interesting video on Engineering Explained the other day. There was a huge thing, leaded gasoline. We finally got rid of it. Everybody's better off for it because it's very bad. Avgas for aviation still has lead in it. And all of us that live near airports, sadly myself included, have higher levels of lead because of it.
Really? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's not just that avgas has lead, but the concentration of lead in avgas is like 10 times what it was in automotive gas.
Really?
So you think, but it's only a few planes, right?
So all those numpties are worried about, the chemtrails. They shouldn't be worried about the chemtrails. They should be worried about the falling lumps of lead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
dropping out the sky.
But yeah, I'm disappointed in that because, come on, seriously? There's no need of that. There's always an engineering solution. Come on, that's laziness.
The thing is, wasn't, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't adding lead to gasoline
anti-knock?
But airplanes don't use piston engines?
Well, no, but it's all the piston engine aircraft that have the leaded fuel.
Oh, right, okay.
Right, it's all the little smaller and medium-sized ones that still have that, yeah.
Okay, not like modern jet engines.
Yeah, no, it's not the jets, it's all the other ones. That's why I say people that live by smaller airports, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
But even so, today,
yeah,
we managed to get around that with cars, so surely.
Well, to take the lead out of gas, all we had to do was harden the seats for the valves. I'm not going to get into the engineering, but it was actually very simple. And you can take any old engine that was meant for leaded gasoline, and you can just change the valve seats, and boom, now it's good for non-leaded gasoline. It's that simple.
Don't say boom when you're talking about airplanes.
Yeah. But it was as simple as making more of an effort in the construction and engineering of the engine. That's all it took. That's it. Right?
That's strange.
Yeah. I love all the engineering stuff about piston engines and whatnot. I watch all the real nerdy, geeky content.
Yes.
I very much like that.
And not only that, you retain the facts.
For the most part, unless
to bring it back later.
Yeah.
Regurgitate it like a bird flying back to the nest to feed its younglings. Here's some knowledge.
Well, I'm not hungry now if I was before.
Hey, we got some super chats. You better rattle them off.
Yeah, Papa Dutch came in with one.
Sorry. I don't mean rattle them off. I mean then speak them out with love and care.
We got Papa Dutch in with a super chat here. Speed limiters and governors are for people who can't use tools. Yeah, good call. Good call. I mean, seriously, with modern cars, the idea, like, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. There is this disconnect in a lot of people's minds. The speed limit shouldn't actually be what you drive at. It's the limit you're allowed to drive at. So, a road could have a speed limit of 90 miles an hour, but you might do 75 because you're comfortable there. Okay. That shouldn't be a problem, right? And all of us driving shouldn't be honking at them and going, and everything. Just take a moment, pass them, and go. Don't be a jerk. 75 still fast enough for whatever, you know what I mean? But you get the point, right? The speed limit doesn't have to be where you just go, there I am. Right?
Well, I mean, the speed limit over here in the UK is like, that's how fast I'm allowed to drive, plus 10% because that's what they give you, the extra leeway. So so I can go as fast as that.
Yeah, but that's how like in Canada they love to put warning signs. So if you're on a 100-kilometer-an-hour speed limit road, they'll put, warning, 60 kilometers an hour for this turn. So why not raise the speed limit to 120 and leave those for the corners? And then, people will figure it out,
Or it just be sneaky and don't tell them.
Yeah. There should be like an unwritten rule. Did you go to the trouble of learning how to drive good and you buy a nice driver's car and you just want to go a little bit faster? Then go ahead.
On those twisty, turny kind of like mountainous roads.
I love those roads.
And they have like a barrier on the corners. What they should do is have a motion sensor on those. So if the motion sensor detects a car coming at it really, really fast, the barrier just drops down.
Right, off you go.
we don't want to damage all of those barriers. Do you know how much they cost to replace them?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if your talent is that less than your ambition, son, that's a jump. But I would say, in defense of my argument to up speed limits and give people an option a bit more, I will say that proper driving instruction should be in school, not optional. And you shouldn't be able to, you should like I like in like Sweden and a few places, you actually get time on like a skid pad to learn how to control a car out of a skid and stuff. The instruction that I had, I had zero teaching from any kind of school, right? My father used to buy us field cars. I'd been drifting cars since I was like 12 years old, right? So all I had to do was make sure I knew the rules of the road. I went and took my test, and the weather was kind of shitty and whatnot, and I barely even, he didn't even make me do a 3-point turn or a parallel park because the weather was shitty. And he's just like, yeah, you can drive, you're good. That's totally unacceptable. It should be so much more difficult than that. You should have to truly prove that you can handle an automobile at speed. And I also think that there should be periodic retesting because, a person could be, mentally failing and stuff, their eyes, so on and whatnot. But also things change. Like, in Canada, when I got my license, there was no such thing as a roundabout. We had 0 bike lanes and all of that stuff. And now they're everywhere. But nobody's even taken the time to even ask me if I know how to do it.
Yeah.
Right? We just got a roundabout on my corner up here. And you've got people who think that you have the right of way to just drive right into it. And you have people who think that the right of way is the people in the circle. And it's just chaos and horns and stuff because nobody knows how to fucking use it. Drives me crazy. Right? So, the instruction for driving should be far better than it is. And if it was, with modern cars, all of our like highway speed limits and stuff could be raised. Or we could make cars like bumper cars. So when you get on the highway, everybody just goes at the same speed. And even if there's lots of cars, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
There'd be dead birds everywhere from that electric cage on top, but that's okay.
Yeah, screw them.
Yeah.
If they can't evolve quick enough, it's their fault.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We'll all be driving automatic cars soon anyway, so.
Yeah. My watch is beeping right now. Extreme heat warning, extreme heat warning. I've got one of those AccuRite weather systems with the sensors outside and all that shit. I just looked over. I can see it from here. It is 40 Celsius right now outside.
Yeah, I mean, you got so much great equipment out there. You should be doing a flipping weather report on 42 show. You should have a little map come up behind you.
Yeah. I'll do it from my helicopter. And the weather today is.
And over to Dawson for the traffic.
Yeah, it still says it's rising too, so it's going to get a little bit hotter yet. Yeah, good thing I got the air conditioners finally installed yesterday. Holy man. Today would have been too much.
Well, in a few months' time, it'll be getting cold. You have to turn that air conditioner around.
Yeah. Richard says he's at 38 and a half. Where are you there, Richard? Just general. You don't have to, Yeah, Papa Dutch says he's about 115.20 with the heat factor. Yeah, my system, I don't know if it does with that factor thing, but I have one sensor in the front, one in the back, so one's always in the shade, one's always in the sun, and it gives a really good equaled out balance. So, Oh, there we go. It's 41 now. Yeah.
Like Papa Dirt says, got your beat. The heat factor here is up to 115 to 120. And then further down, he says Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
No, because we didn't think that was degrees centigrade.
Oh, yeah. Imagine that, right? Hold on. I'm just going to go get a beer. Boom. And you're ash, It would be like The Last of Us, Don't go in the sun.
Why don't we all just use like Kelvin? The one true temperature gauge. Then we'll all know exactly what we're all talking about.
Yeah.
Standardize this shit for crying out loud.
Totally. How many systems do you need? Same with time and everything. If everybody just did UTC, skip all this daylight savings bullshit and just leave things as they are.
So how hot is it over there? Oh, it's about 14 hands.
Yeah.
2 yards.
Yeah. Well, okay, but
pressure?
there's people in Britain who still give their weight in stone, right?
Yeah, well, it's true. I don't even know what that means.
First time I heard it, dude said, "Yeah, I weigh whatever stone," and I was like, "I'm sorry, what?"
Well, it is kind of like odd because it's the only time we use that unit of measure is when we're measuring our body weight, and it's good. We all have those these scales you stand on in your bathroom, and it tells you
It's because the number's lower.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's why I've always said that when car companies are talking about how many miles per gallon their cars can do, it's like, well, because if they did it in kilometers per liter, you'd be horrified. Which
they do in Canada. I still can't get my head around that one because I was an automotive fan at a very young age, so it's MPG, right?
Yeah. Well, you don't want to find out your car can only do like 0.5 kilometers a liter.
Yeah,
that would be terrifying.
Yeah. I remember the first time I got a car with a modern little trip computer in it that did liters per 100 kilometers, and I was like, "What? These numbers make no sense to me at all." I've gotten my head around it, but still, In automotive things, I do prefer miles per hour, miles per gallon, pound per foot of torque instead of newtons. BHP for horsepower.
Well, again, you talk about it. It's like car companies talking about how many miles per gallon you can get. Now, everybody goes to the pumps these days to buy their petrol, or or diesel or whatever, and it's measured in liters. They don't even sell it in gallons anymore. So you have no idea what a gallon is.
Yeah.
Literally no idea. So that's why they keep telling you this information in. It's just like using magic words because it's just totally meaningless.
Yeah. There's a bunch of ways that works too. I had an example and it lost me, but I was going to take that into another area. God damn it! I hate when that happens.
Press the button. You might remember.
Yeah. Okay. Here.
And now for something completely different.
Nah, it didn't work.
Worth a try.
What are you gonna do?
Oh dear. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to mute a minute so I can blow my nose and top up my drink. So I'll leave it to you.
Alrighty. I think Richard and I might be like decently close in area. Everybody. So I had an idea. I got the Ukraine painting here, right? That Silver Earth won in the auction, I think it was, but it might have been a raffle. I'm not really sure. But Silver Earth had it sent to me instead, which was just beyond cool. It's a little bit. It's not like black. I don't know if that's coming out like that as you. It's a very dark blue, the canvas, the back. But you see how it's got the white on it as well? I was thinking it might be cool to not only put like one of those painting lights on it to make it light up a bit more, but what if it also had a black light to give that white a really cool blue effect, That might be a way of like really having it stand out, But is that changing it so it should just be regular light? I'm not an art person. I don't really know how that works.
If only they painted it in glow-in-the-dark paints.
Well, I'm a child, right? But it would be really cool, like, if I put a little natural light on it to push it up in the set a bit more and make it pop, but then put a little black light to it as well to really bring the white to stand out, right? Have to see. I'll try it.
It'll make your teeth glow blue as well.
Yeah, no, it'll be behind me, so it'll be all right. I'll do it so it points, like one of those little curved thingies,
It will hit the whites of your eyes and you look like a Fremen.
Oh, that would be a creepy look.
Why should this be? Because he is the Kwisatz Haderach.
What did you want to bring up any of your other thingies?
I'm bringing my thingies.
Yeah, left nut, right nut, straight up the shaft.
Oh, okay. Let's go into the. Let's miss the robot out. The boring bloody robot. Let's go to the drones.
Okay.
Because this is a cool one because obviously everyone's started doing drone delivery services, and it's gaining momentum with Walmart, Amazon, and people like that are spearheading the efforts to integrate the unmanned aerial UAVs into their logistics operation. However, you can imagine, this isn't going to go well. This is not how the human race works. we don't like you introducing new things because Dennis Wynn, a Floridian resident, admitted to shooting down a Walmart delivery drone.
Hey, Martha, what's that? I don't know, Billy Bob, shoot it.
What are you shooting at? Oh, whatever they're shooting at. The incident occurred when the drone was conducting a mock delivery in Wynn's neighborhood, obviously mocking him as part of a marketing campaign. And the drone was hovering about 75 feet and was shot with a 9mm handgun. Good shot. Who do you think you are, Starsky? Resulted in a bullet hole in its cargo. The drone was estimated to have sustained $2,500 worth of damage. Oh dear! But yeah, this is great. You know, this is what's going to happen in America. This is why you need tighter gun laws in America, not for school shootings. We just don't want those Amazon packages being shot out the sky.
Is this going to be another argument for work at home? Like, no, I've got a headset. I could fly the drone from home. No, you've got to come to the office. You know, like, I don't want AI self-guided drones flying all over the place. You know.
No, what's going to happen is you'll have these drones. You'll have the AI. You'll have the Amazon delivery guy who is flying the drone on the back of a motorcycle, being driven by an Amazon security guy who is keeping a check to make sure the drone isn't being shot down.
He's shooting the hillbillies that are shooting the drones, right? Just becomes a fucking.
Yeah, you'll have an Amazon delivery van driving underneath the drone.
Yeah,
just in case you get shot down.
But it's got rifle slots all through the side. 27 packages were delivered today by drone for Amazon, and 74 people were killed.
A successful day. Ah, dear.
Oh.
But being an Amazon worker, you have to shoot those people quickly and efficiently.
KK's warning me about UV light because that could seriously impact the life and longitude of the pigments in the painting and whatnot.
That's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
Well, light in general can do that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Just light.
What if I built a little thing that the painting sits in so that it could have diffused lighting on all four edges, so it lights up nice without affecting anything else? You know what I mean? That could be done. I mean, I'm not a carpenter, but you know.
You're, to be honest with you, Dick, there's a lot of things you're not.
Yeah.
There's a long list.
Endowed with beer. Give me a second.
I've got a long list of things you're not.
Nice, fun, interesting, cool to hang out with. It's going to be awful.
Delicious. I'm not here to pick on Dick, though he's gone, so I suppose I can. My opportunity, my golden moment to pick on Dick. And actually, pick on Dick sounds like a medical series you really don't want to watch. Oh, he's back. Shush. Don't tell him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make him have to go back and rewatch the show to find out what I said.
Yeah. There you go. Which I promised to do right away. Okay, here. Let me just fill this glass with some nice ice cold beer. I was watching an LGR video from a couple years back this morning before I went to that godforsaken tax office, and he had slipped into his Duke Nukem voice and did the whole thing for a little bit. And I was thinking to myself, I do that now and then. I wonder if I got that from him, because I'm not conscious of where it came from, right?
I'm sure it came the other way around.
Yeah. No, he's been doing that for like 10 years.
No, come on. Look, be fair. Everyone's copying us.
Yeah, that's true.
I can name, but I'm not going to. I can name about
he
half
names
a dozen
names.
Like I say, I've always got a list. And you're on the top of the list. Comes the revolution.
I feel like a Porsche engineer that's in trouble. just check all the background stuff here and make sure we're caught up. Okay. Recently in my area, they finally allowed. Did I just lose?
What? What are they allowed? Contact sex sports.
No, but we're finally allowed to use like Vespas and stuff to deliver food.
What do you mean you finally allowed?
In Canada, it was not allowed for the longest time.
Why
Like
not?
when I was a teenager, like 17 years old, and I had a pizza delivery job, there was no way you were allowed to do it on a motorcycle. It was like against food code and stuff or something,
It's all the only thing they sell fucking motorcycles and mopeds for these days is food delivery guys.
Yeah. I mean, I see it all the time in all European TV and everything, but yeah, we weren't allowed to, right?
Wow.
Yeah, and
what made them change their mind?
Costs, reality of life, like, the stupidity of a pizza being in a box somehow not being healthy because it was on a motorcycle instead of in the trunk of a car that could have a leaky exhaust and a rusty trunk. And you know what I mean? It's a joke.
Well, to be fair, it was
stupid.
being delivered by a piston engined airplane. So it's probably full of lead now. But,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's like getting a pizza in Rome. I remember I had a 78 Trans Am when I had my first pizza delivery job, and back then gasoline was cheap, so it didn't matter. I made some cash, right? And I just hang out in the parking lot smoking pot and whatnot.
I bet you never had a late delivery. None of these you get your pizza free if it's not delivered in 15 minutes. It's you was there in 2. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, actually, 78 Trans Am only had 185 horsepower and that 6.6 liter engine, and the rear end was kind of geared for highway, and it was lethargic, to be honest. Yeah. It was not a very good car.
So it suits a teenager then.
Yeah. Well, what happened was my father helped me buy it, and I had it for the first summer, and I thought it was great. And then my father and the next door neighbor took the car over winter and stripped it down and put in a built Chevy 350 with a Borg & Warner 4-speed and a Ford 9-inch rear end with 373 gear ratio. Dear God, it was a monster, and it was awesome. Oh yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I loved that car then. It was dangerous though at the same time, right?
Really?
Oh yeah, it was stupid fast. Had fat Krager SS rims, and it was just a monster. But still dangerous in the corners because it was a shitty car, right?
Well, that's why I say make those barriers drop down in an instant as you're approaching. Don't your paint scratching up the side of them. Those lovely zinc coated barriers.
Yes. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, that's a first.
Lord
That's the first
Thunder
time
and
a super
Jesus.
chat.
What happened there? Yeah.
Super chat with a message retracted.
Yeah. Hold on a minute here. Papa Dutch, you get all the shout outs for the super chat, but tag Mr. Dawson in the chat so I know what to say because, Papa Dutch comes in with a super chat. Message retracted.
Hang on. I've got a button for that message.
Yeah.
Oh, that's loud.
Awesome. Oh, that's funny. That should be a tradition now. Somebody's got to do a message retracted super chat once a show so we can bust out the crickets.
Oh, everybody should do it. That's what I say.
That's right.
Not that we want your cash, but it would help.
It does. Yeah. So
Oh yeah, because we got some stuff coming up soon where we're going to be helping out one of our team members, and
that's right. We got to spend the money coming up, man.
So a bit of cash wouldn't go amiss.
Yeah. We're one of the team needs an upgrade, so there's some computer spending being done in the background to make sure that they've got their total office set up that's gonna rock. Yeah, I'll let them in the chat say if it's if they want to or not. You know who it. But yeah, so here Papa Dutch came in with another one, and this one isn't crickets. Hey, what's the matter, you? It ain't no real Italian Pete. I can't.
You got to do the accent.
He's got a real point, though. It ain't real Italian pizza if it don't come on the back of a Vespa, like in Sicily. You know. And hey, Deborah, welcome, Shills Apprentice. Oh yeah, Mary will be bouncing up and down for that. Here, you know what we'll do? Let's get Dixie up for a jump.
Yay!
One more time there, Dixie. Give us a jump.
Boing, boing.
Yeah, we could also like Slick666 in the chat there says we could also use the cricket sound every time we bring up a picture of Trump. The sound of his brain working overtime.
I think if we thought about it, we could come up with a much better sound.
You think so? Well, we'll have to try. My YouTube studio is broken. It's not telling me how long we've been streaming for.
Oh, did we just tell you?
Did we start on time?
We've been going for an hour and 19 minutes. Just
okay. Okay.
So we're out.
Yeah. No, but you know, there's we're trying to plan in the background. Yeah, Shayna Caldwell in the chat says it's me. Yeah, Shayna's getting a computer upgrade here. So you know, yeah, we're gonna turn the Pepto-Bismol room into a proper den of technology and debauchery.
Oh.
They go hand in hand.
It's the right color then.
Yeah.
We call it Shayna's Boudoir of Tech.
Yeah. And being her birthday, we thought it was perfect time. We're going to be late, but, you know.
It's always cool to be late at a party.
That's true. Isn't it fashionably or something, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I used to have parties where it was so fashionably late for people to turn up, they never turned up. So
Yeah.
that was so fashionable.
Yeah. That's when you know you've hit big time. When you throw a party and nobody shows up because they're so fashionably late. You know?
we had a party once and not many people turned up, but some people was like knocked on the door, and it was some people I vaguely knew, or should I say I knew some people who knew them, and they're just like, you know, the party crashers sort of thing,
Right.
But not mean, but they were a nice bunch of people. I basically told them to fuck off.
The kind of people that crash a wedding for the coleslaw, right? You know.
No, they were a nice bunch of people, and I, because they weren't invited, I told them to fuck off. And it's like, no, dog, you look back at it now, I think you should just let them in. They were nice people. He's just like, you know, they just weren't on the list. the fact that nobody on the list showed up is besides neither here nor there.
Yeah.
So so if you're listening, guys, I'm sorry about that, you know.
That's funny though. Slicks in the chat was asking me, you know, because Slick's been away for a bit, how's my son Felix's new computer? Oh, it's awesome. Being able to get the upgraded one, storage speed and capacity and RAM and whatnot, he is loving it. It's amazing. And UTV and Ham in the chat there has just sent my son a vlogger's video camera, you know, flip out screen and everything, as well as an action cam. So, and my son does a lot of video editing. He loves to do that. So he'll be out and he'll be like filming the deer and whatnot, and probably post a couple of videos on his channel coming up. It'll be really cool. Be really cool. Can't wait. Can't wait. And he got one of those slightly curved big screens and stuff as well, Slick. So, oh yeah, he loves it.
Yeah, to point out, it was meant to be curved.
Yeah. It's not like shipping accident or anything.
It's not like guy. What's that channel? He keeps like bending iPads and stuff.
Yeah. Jerry rig everything. He just fucks it right up, man.
Here's one for you.
Yeah. That guy's funny, man. Yeah. Thank you, Slicks. It was great. It's worked out amazing. He's got a monitor arm to hold the screen up because he's got Edifier studio monitors underneath, and it's awesome setup now.
Oh, more importantly, though, he's got a sombrero.
Yeah. I wonder if I have the video here. Liz,
I don't think you shared that online.
Yeah, I don't think I have. Liz Mailer, usually in the chat. I wouldn't doubt she's here. She hooked Felix up with sombrero. The story is, my son loves Mexico. Trying to speak Spanish, he's learning and whatnot. It's because of this actor guy he really likes. And so my son found this sizable stuffed donut, and it's kind of like an orange color on the bottom and then a sprinkled donut on top. So he put it on his head, and it kind of looked like a sombrero, and he would start, talking Spanish a bit, and he loved it. So I told the story.
Well, to be fair, it didn't look like a sombrero at all.
No, but to him, just looking up. Right?
Yeah, it looked like a kid with a donut on his head. But in his mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I told the story on the show a while back, and Liz stepped in and got him like a real sombrero. And it's hanging on his wall in his room, and he puts it on now and then, and he goes into his little voice, Mexico time! And he starts speaking in Spanish. It's fucking hilarious, man.
Now, you do realize if he ever got into guitars and playing guitar, he will demand a Mexican Fender.
Oh, yeah. Good call. Heather Wiley is in Mexico right now. Oh, wow. Give me 1 second to think on that question. She's asking if Felix would like something from there.
Tequila. A case of tequila.
Could you imagine? My son
take the bloody worm out, though.
My son's on the spectrum, right? And he only likes milk or water. If he was to have a sip of tequila, oh my God, I think he'd freak out for like an hour.
But can you imagine what it'd be like if it had got one of those like worms in the bottom of it? Oh my God, a kid on this. I mean, it's hard enough being just like a typical person, and you see like this big maggot at the bottom of a bottle of booze. And you go, no, can you imagine being on the spectrum and seeing that?
I remember being like 13 years old, and my buddy had snagged a bottle of tequila from his father's liquor cabinet, and we went out to drink it. And he pulls it out and shows me, and I'm like, "There's a fucking dead insect in it."
Well, most of the booze from my dad's liquor cabinet was like that. He would just Scotch malt whiskies had some kind of insect in it.
I couldn't believe it, man. I was like, what the hell? And I remember the first sip of tequila I ever had still tastes like tequila if I have a sip now. I despise it. Oh my God, I hate that shit.
Oh, it's been a while since I've had a tequila. I used to like it.
Oh,
it was an expensive little foray into foreign drinks, but
yeah, not my thing. Not my thing. No.
Yeah, you're quite picky as far as booze is concerned.
Yeah.
For a Canadian.
Too. Yeah.
Well, actually, food, people, situations, anything.
Yeah.
You're just picky.
Yeah. I guess so. No.
Picky Dicky, we call him.
I'm not a fan of the trend in North America to like mild cheddar and stuff. I hate those cheeses. I like really aged cheddars and Swiss and
With a worm in it.
and what?
With a worm in it. Really, really so old it's got a worm in it.
Yeah. But I can't stand like mild cheddar.
What's wrong with that?
It just tastes like a cold thing that's been sliced and put on your meat. The only thing it's good
he's
for
having
is
to go at the cheese now.
The only thing it's good for is texture. I like a cheese with a hit.
I mean, it's like burgers. Burgers, sometimes people have the full strong cheddar on top of a burger. I actually quite like a mild cheesy taste. I don't want my burger overrun by the cheese flavor.
I like a milder cheese if it's like a Gouda or maybe one of those more creamy,
nutty.
A
nice nutty one, yeah.
Yeah, but again, like it has to have the texture of those. I don't like mild American, mild cheddar. I shouldn't say American because that means birthed from oil,
Plastic.
fat, and Yeah, Balderson's 5-year-old white cheddar, Andrew. Exactly. Andrew Petrie nailed it in the chat. That stuff is fucking amazing. Oh my God, is it good? I almost salivate like a Pavlovian fucking dog just opening it and smelling it. Oh, yeah.
That must have been bad for you watching that story last night about the German police officer be getting done for stealing cheddar cheese.
That's why I was defending him so hard, right?
That poor cheese. Just give me the cheese.
Yeah, I was also jealous because, free cheese, right?
Oh, yeah. No, I just remembered because after that story, you were laughing about it. And I always I was going to put in the in our DMs, remind me to tell you about the cheese job.
Okay.
This is back in the day when we were, working in like making props and stuff like that. Shitty little workshop in Bray Studios, and we had this job come in, and it was forever known as the cheese job. And what it was, it was just basically like the photographer or some film unit. They wanted these like cheeses so they could film. Obviously, you can't put cheese out under studio lights because they sweat.
Okay.
Yeah? So they wanted us to, make replicas of these cheese. So they sent us like a wheel of Stilton, a chunk of cheddar the size of a breeze
I like
block.
Stilton.
But what happened? So the guy molded the cheddar, so like alginate and stuff, and then used like dental acrylics to cast this cheese out. It looked fucking awful, and you had to like fill it in, repair it, and make it look good. And then in the end, it looked so bad they ended up spraying it. So you could have literally just like got a brick and painted it cheese coloured. It looks so bad. And of course the round of Stilton, we molded that and cast it, and then hand painted it. It's like by the time you'd done it, you could have just like made it with a big lump of MDF and just.
I was just gonna say, why aren't these blocks of wood at this point, right?
And I think the entire job was something like 500 quid. And once they'd paid for all the materials and all that kind of stuff, it was like, time to write out the invoice. And it's like, okay.
So everybody owes me $12.
Yeah, it's like 15 quid. It's like 15 quid. We've been at it for 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
But what happened to us, we were allowed to keep the cheese. So we have like this big fridge at the workshop that we use keep film canisters in to keep the film fresh, and super glue and stuff like that, and it had these 2 great big cheeses in it. No, we did have one of those crappy Breville sandwich toaster makers. And it was disgusting because, because we don't have a proper kitchen, so this thing was just like being used and just like using. And so we did end up having like cheese toasties for about 2 months. And can you imagine? Can you imagine having one of these cheese toasties with like a lump of Stilton, like a half an inch thick? The entire thing.
Yeah.
It was amazing and disgusting.
Yeah.
All at the same time.
Yeah, honey, I'm going to work early because I want to have breakfast there so I can get paid.
God's sake. I can't imagine what the state of our guts must have been like after finally getting through it because, oh, dear, Jesus Christ.
That's funny.
Boy, things have moved on since then. I don't get paid in cheese anymore.
Yeah, well, when you do, they add the bacon so that you can, properly,
Oh, that was so funny. Thank you for that experience, Mats and Miniatures. Lee took.
That's funny, man. That's funny. The cheese. When I was in grade 7, we had a new teacher come to the school that was also going to be the sports coach for a few things because he was supposedly good. And he was, right? And instead of calling him his like Mr. whatever name, he preferred being called the cheese. I shit you not. I shit you not. That's
not good.
I outright refused because at that point I was already, Mr. Fuck you, I'll rebel against everything, anything, right? And I wouldn't, and I would call him his actual Mr. or whatever name, and fuck, he didn't like me.
I tell you what, is another cheese-connected story here. Now, when I was working at the Peterborough Regional College, I had a friend working there who was working like the litho print machine. That was his job. He loved his litho printing machine, but he also had like this tape deck. And he was a massive fan of status quo. In fact, everything was status quo as far as he was concerned. Every day he had a T-shirt on that was a status quo T-shirt. And so at lunchtime, was like, I'd come round and sit with him next to his litho print machine, and but I always used to get a cheese and onion, like baguette from the bakery, and go around and sit with him. So we ended up calling the session the cheese sessions. He'd play his status quo. So always time for a bit of cheese. Play the cheese. Not a funny story, but there you go. A little snippet of life.
Yeah. Hold on a second here. There's something weird going on.
What's this Shills clips thing coming up?
Well, that's what I'm looking at right now, but I opened YouTube of that channel and I can't seem to click anything. Like I can't tell if this is like, do we have a channel hacked, or is this just somebody, parroting the account and being a jerk?
It's,
right?
It's our channel.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the Shills clips.
Interesting.
How
has that happened, Google?
We will find out. We will hunt you down.
Weird guy working out in the gym with a sword? Is that like ours from before? There's a bit more. You see how like the Shills U banner has like rounded corners? It doesn't look right. This looks like somebody has set this up.
Oh, actually, I should be able to go on as a manager if it's ours, isn't I?
Right?
Oh yeah. Actually, no, there's some videos there like a year ago. This is an old channel. It's then I don't recognize any of the videos that are on it. They're not ones that we've used on the Shills clips, but
it could be like CF is saying in net there. It could be that Lou Hammer guy being an absolute abhorrent piece of shit. But this is a copycat account. This is not us. This is just somebody. Yeah. So here, we'll give you the link, and you can go and report it for impersonating another channel. That's not cyberbullying, YouTube. That is protecting our actual thing. Please take note. Here, I'll show you this right now on screen. This is a copycat account, YouTube, and we're encouraging our viewers to go over there and report it for copying us, because you're not allowed to do that, right? This is not a bad thing, YouTube. You understand? And in this one, we actually have the high ground, right? So we can't get in trouble for it. You know?
Oh, how kind of sad, though.
Yeah. So, yeah, go over there and flag it, everybody. That's a copycat channel. That is not us. Let me bring that up again so you can see it. Yeah.
What are you afraid of? Do we scare you? Ooh, you have to pretend to be us.
Lou, if that's you, if that really is you, because I would believe it's you, right? You got, like, you used to get, what, 7 views per video, and then you did your disgusting shit about a fallen friend of mine, and then got, like, 300 views, and your little, you know, scraggly stray dog tail started wagging, and you're like, ugh, this is a path to popular. You're scum of the earth. If you got any balls at all, motherfucker, the email is thesillyshill@gmail.com. I would spell it out for you. You'd probably still type it wrong with your Alabama bullshit fucking fingers or whatever. But I'm telling you, bitch, you want to be like Mr. Cool, Mr. Big Shot? Get a hold of me on email, and I'll have you on the channel for a one-on-one, big man, and we'll see who's cool then.
Yes.
Get the fuck out of my house, motherfucker.
Oh, honest to God.
So, yeah.
God. How cute.
Yeah. You know, what a cry for help, you know.
Talking of which,
talking
of which, we got a PJC that's in the chat says we got 3 Pepper Dutch Super Chats to catch up on.
That's right. You want to read them out, dude?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I just need 1 second here. There's a beat that's going on. 1 second here.
Okay, let me go find them. I've gotta scroll this mother down. Yeah. So which ones did we get up to? Let me just check this. Papa Dutch says, do they make Trump stickers that fit the elbow at the bottom of an American toilet? Yeah, I think quite a few things might stick to that. And if you drink from a bottle that causes you to wake up in strange places, that is all you need to know about it. Tequila is scopolamine to me.
All right.
And he also says, I still say you need an Artie Johnson clip. Who's Artie Johnson?
I'm
asking you. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I know the name, but it's not kicking in.
We'll have to check that out later.
Yeah.
We'll have to Google it.
Yeah. Too bad Google it means search it. You know, we should all rebel against that and say search it again.
Yeah, well, duck go it. We'll Yahoo it.
Yeah.
We'll ask Jeeves. Poor old
That's
Ask
funny.
Jeeves. Whatever happened to that?
Yeah. 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 Fuck off, Lou. Come on, man. Don't be such a little bitch. All right. Give me an email and step up properly, or fuck right off. You know, I'll bring you on the show right now and we can have a little chat.
Oh, no, he won't do that.
Coward never shows up. They just play these childish games.
Balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's probably late, and his mother's sleeping upstairs, and she wouldn't appreciate him talking at this hour. So, you know.
I mean, I'm sure the only balls he knows about is the ones his dad teabags him into his mouth. But I'm not going to judge, because I'm not that kind of guy.
Oh yeah, Artie Johnson, Rowan and Marty's laughing. Yeah, Papa Touch. Okay, I get it. I should have known that one. Yeah. Yeah. But he thinks he's like Lou Ferrigno or something. Yeah. So, some of the team are getting together after we're having a little chatty chat, Shayna's birthday and all that.
We're having a naked strip party.
Yeah. So we can't invite, everyone, but if you want to join, please send a naked photo. No, I'm just kidding. Can you imagine? Oh no. Don't ever send me any photos at all, actually. Let's just But yeah, what do you think? Do we have any should we end with consumer advice or maybe just general life advice?
You could try mixing the two. I mean, your consumer and life advice has been pretty poor recently, so you're
not working out the best for anyone. Yeah.
No.
Let's see here.
I'm just watching the cogs spin.
Yeah, never sit down to watch a steak grow into a cow without sufficient alcohol to wet your whistle.
Yes, and stem cells.
Well, okay.
Preferably your own.
Yeah.
Or failing that Lou Hammer. I think he's got a few stem cells we could use. It's about the only thing he's got any fucking backbone in his body.
You know what, though? South Park predicted Lou Hammer. Do you remember Mr. Hanky, the Christmas shit? Mm-hmm. Yeah, remember? Talking piece of shit? Lou Hammer. There you go.
It's hammer time.
So let's see here. Who's in the group today? Who gets all the thanks? First, the biggest thanks will go to Shayna for actually hanging out with us on her birthday. Happy birthday to Shayna. I think she's turning 87 years. Oh shit, you're not supposed to say a woman's age. No, I'm kidding.
Because it makes us feel like it's our birthday party.
Yeah. And yes, it's her party, but she's not going to cry even if she wants to. That was terrible. Let's see here. So let's thank the team, right? We got Annette on the Shills account there. PJ CNET. We got birthday girl Shayna herself. Crazy Cat, the Kraut. And, of course, Liam Wakefield and Super Chat Matt, as always. I don't think Matt ever misses a show at this point,
No. Because he knows where it's at and where the cat is fat and then where the cat is at.
Yeah. He be doing the stray cat strut.
Go on down with the kids these days, aren't we? We're so cool. We're so streetwise.
Yeah,
we're groovy, man.
It's hip to be shill. Hit
the fucking button, you get.
All right.